Sophie giving us some beautiful music for the Tuesday. Yeah. You're a guitarist. I'm sure as you're listening to that, you're strumming along in your mind.
I'm already playing.
Playing it. Okay. I like the conversation we're about to get into.
You do?
I do.
You do?
I do, because
hello.
it's men's health.
Yeah.
And we know that, and I'm generalizing, forgive me, but a lot of the time you have to almost force men to pay attention to their health.
You're not generalizing, it's real.
It's not something, like we women, we feel something wrong and we're talking to a doctor, we're going to the hospital, we're doing all tests.
Yeah.
Men are a bit trickier. They're not as easy to convince to see a doctor. But there's something that affects a lot of men, especially past a certain age, and that's prostate issues. Okay, it doesn't always necessarily develop into prostate cancer, but it's actually interesting because from what we understand, prostate cancer, if caught early, is one of the most treatable. So it's important for men to get in touch with their prostates and know what's going on with your prostate after a certain age. Well, Dr. Kelvin Owusu is here. As we know, he's the head of occupational wellness at Claren Health, and it's always a pleasure to see you, Doc. I know you're going to educate us a lot this morning about prostate health.
Yes.
For the men.
Yes, it's a very interesting segment today. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah. Don't know what's coming.
No, wait, what's so exciting? I don't understand.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
We'll find out soon enough.
Very soon, very soon.
Okay, so Doc, remind us about what the prostate is, where it's located in the body, and what it does.
Okay, so the prostate is one of the most interesting glands in the body, and when it acts up, it can make a man go prostrate.
Oh, it can make him actually lie down in pain.
Yes. Oh. I don't know if that's why they called it prostate, because when it kicks in, Charlie, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, you will fall down straight. So it's a very, very important gland. I mean, it plays, we don't know exactly what role it plays, but what we know is that it has an important, okay, let me put it this way. You can survive without a prostate. But when it comes to reproductive health, I mean, it adds a certain flavor to semen. Yes, and makes it kind of protects the sperms, from bacteria. It sort of helps the urethra as well, protects it from bacterial invasion, and when the semen finally gets into the vagina as well, it plays an important role there, but by and large, you can still survive without the prostate. Its location is what makes it a terrible lord. Because the prostate gland sits just at the base of the bladder. So the bladder is sitting on top, the prostate is at the bottom there, and then the urethra passes through the prostate gland. I don't know why God made like that.
The design was like that.
I'm telling you. So when the prostate acts up, when there's an enlargement of the prostate, it's going to enlarge both outwardly and inwardly. Now, there's a urethra sitting in there, in the prostate glands. When it enlarges inwardly, it closes, it squeezes the urethra. So that's why men with prostate issues, so it could be prostate enlargement, could be prostate infection or inflammation, prostate cancer does not usually cause urinary symptoms, but prostate issues in general can cause urinary symptoms. They struggle to pee. And when imagine you have you feel like urinating, the edge is there, you go and stand in front of the loo to pee, and the pee is not coming. Just picture that and multiply that by how many times, because the bladder is contracting and the urine is not coming out, and so you have no choice than to fall down. Men with prostate, they literally crawl into the emergency room.
You actually told me a story about somebody who did that. They crawled into the emergency room. Were in so much pain.
And the diagnosis, you usually make the diagnosis before you have even attend to the person. So when you hear the screams and the man crawling and coming, hey, please get the catheter ready. We have an intervention coming right now. So yes, it's that serious. And as with most cancers, they don't present themselves, they don't announce themselves. So prostate cancer also does not deviate from that norm. So that's why screening is important, because if you are waiting to feel something before you act on
you won't feel it.
Exactly, it might be too late.
Okay.
And as you rightly said, prostate cancer is one of the cancers that are easily treatable. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, you can survive without a prostate. So once there's a detection of cancer, we can quickly go in and remove the prostate, and that's it. It doesn't spread as often as much as other tumors, but if you leave it,
it can spread.
It can spread, and that's where it causes problems. I mean, people have died from prostate cancer, so I mean, it's not something to ignore.
Okay,
you know.
well, you talked about screening,
Yes.
right? So, tell us at what age men are supposed to screen,
Yes.
or at least get their prostate checked, and we'll have some show and tell.
Oh yes. I'm looking forward to that show and tell. You know, I'm excited. You know.
Me too, actually. I think I picked a good day to come
show
on
up here.
set.
Exactly.
Yes.
So generally speaking,
I mean, you know, when they say show and tell, there's a doctor. She doesn't have a prostate. So
No, I don't.
okay.
Okay. Yes.
all right.
Doc.
So generally speaking, I mean, screening typically starts after the age of 40. So 40 and above, you need to start paying attention to your prostate, because that's when the incidence of prostate-related issues begin to pick up.
Right.
You know, but if there's a family history of prostate cancer or prostate-related issues, then you want to start your screening earlier. But if there's really no family history, or you yourself have not had any personal history, then after 40, you need to start taking it seriously. By 50, you definitely need to start paying attention, because I think the age the peak is 50 to 60 thereabout. You know, when you cross 70, there's really no need to stress yourself about prostate anymore. But from 40 to that point, you really need to be paying attention to your prostate.
Okay.
Now, but the thing about the screening is that yes, there's a lot of awareness about prostate screening, even though most men will still have to be forced. Sometimes you have to the women have to leverage something to get them to go check them out.
So when you come back,
yeah. But generally, there's increasing awareness, and a lot of men are getting their prostate screen. However, the issue we have is that there's a disproportionate focus on the PSA, which is the blood test to screen for the prostate. Everybody wants to go and get a PSA done, but just
why? No, you have to say why.
Well, because it's easier to get the blood sample.
Less invasive.
It's less invasive, you know. So it's more comfortable for a lot of men. Unfortunately, it's not enough. I mean, let me prefix that way with by saying that there's a lot of controversy when it comes to prostate screening.
Okay.
You know, because and that's because no one screening is enough to actually give you the full picture. That's not the first thing. So sometimes some literature is questioning whether it's even worth it to go through all that stress. You know, so I must make that clarification so that anybody watching this later will not say I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, but having said that, the PSA is not enough. Now, the prostate has different regions, different zones. Not all these zones produce PSA. You know, so that's the first issue, which means that you can actually have cancer and your PSA will be normal because the cancer did not start from a place where the PSA is produced. You know, so just going to do a PSA is not enough.
Okay.
In fact, people with prostate enlargement can have PSA going higher than people with cancer. Okay. So just doing a PSA is not enough. Now, and which is why we are here, because the show and tell will talk about the other form.
I think we should see the show and tell.
I'm excited. Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna watch a little demonstration of someone getting a prostate exam. And should I mention who the someone is?
We know already.
His name begins with K, and then a D. Let's take a look at this.
So I'm here at the Claron Medical Center, where I made a promise to Dr. Kelvin Owusu that I was going to, pay him a visit and do the prostate exam. Come with me as we go and see Dr. Kelvin in his consulting room. All right, let's go. So I'm here. I'm in Dr. Kelvin Owusu's consulting room. Look, I said I was going to do this prostate exam. He's done BP. I don't know why he's doing BP checks. I don't understand where all of that is coming from. But I'm here, and I'm ready to do this thing. In fact, I'm a little nervous. Let's just put it that way, right? But Dr. Kelvin, how are you?
So Grandpa stuck to his word.
Well, yeah. I like to think I'm a man of my word.
It's good. It's good to be a man of. I mean, it even eases the pressure on your heart.
Okay.
It keeps the blood pressure down.
Nice.
So good to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm also nervous. This is my first prostate exam on camera.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm looking for it. So why did you do the BP? Check my BP in the first place?
Well, I mean, we've been saying that hypertension is a silent killer. So I mean, if we don't do anything at all, as for BP check, once you walk into a doctor's office or once you walk into a clinic, your BP must be checked.
Okay.
Because you could be walking around with BP 200 and above.
Okay.
And you are literally just walking by grace.
Okay.
And grace is important, but it's also good to know that your blood pressure is normal. And if it's not normal, we can do something
about it. Okay.
Because it would usually not give any symptoms. Once you notice symptoms, it's probably too late. So we want to avoid symptoms in the first place.
Okay. All right. So was my BP okay?
Yes, it was normal. I mean, for your age.
See people, this business of my age. I mean, I don't understand this ageism thing. It has to be outlawed. Apioko, you are the reason why he started doing this thing. My age.
But anyway, there's a good BP. I mean.
Thank you. No, we've generally, in my family, I think that the BP has generally been okay, like for years. It's like, so my mom, for example, my dad had BP a little earlier than my mom, but my mom went on to about, I think it started to show signs in her early 60s.
Okay.
So she was okay for
Which is
a while.
what it should be. But unfortunately now we are seeing it much earlier. I mean, I've seen 20-year-olds with hypertension.
Wow.
I've seen 30-year-olds.
That's
Predominantly now,
not
yes.
good.
I mean, that's the age range, because when you start, especially for those in corporate world, a lot of sedentary, activities.
Yeah.
So the blood pressure is going up, and it's affecting our life quality of life. Because you start taking medication at a much earlier age, and even though the medication is important, it also has side effects. We can't run away from that. So it's a cost benefit analysis, but there's still a cost to it. So if we can prolong the onset of hypertension, we need to do it. And checking is one of the ways, because if you know that it's going up, then you can increase the intensity with which you are trying to prevent it. Very important.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm in your hands now. What are we going to do next?
Well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a prostate exam. That's primarily why we are here. I mean, we've done the chemistry thing, and we know that you are fit. So we're going to just look at the prostate.
Okay.
And I think I mentioned on air that if you do the PSA, which is common, a lot of people are doing PSAs now. But just doing a PSA is not enough.
Okay.
You need to go further and do a digital rectal exam.
Okay.
Now that's just a big terminology for a doctor has to put his finger up your behind. So that's what we are going to do here this morning.
And I feel about that.
Yes, and much as it's uncomfortable for the patient and the doctor as well, it needs to be done. Because the prostate is a gland. It's about the size of a tennis ball.
Okay.
It has different parts. It's only one of those parts that actually produces the enzyme or the hormone that we record as PSA. So there are other parts that do not produce anything.
Okay.
Which means that if the PSA is normal, it does not mean the prostate is normal.
Okay.
So we need to actually examine the entire prostate to see what it is. Okay. Alternatively, you could do an ultrasound scan as well, but it doesn't change the fact that something has to go up your rectum, because the ultrasound probe has to also
they put a probe in there.
Exactly. So as for the rectum, it has to be
probed.
It has to be probed.
Oh wow. Okay. So in the corner of my eye here, I'm seeing some gloves and some KY jelly.
Exactly.
I'm feeling threatened already. I feel assaulted.
Oh no. It's for a good cause, it's for a good cause. I mean, you want to be rest assured that you are okay, I mean, in terms of your health. So we have to go through some of these things. And the critical age is 40. Once you hit the 40 mark, they say life begins at 40. I think that was said to ease the burden, because it's actually a very, very big milestone, because a lot of these things begin to pick up from 40 going. Usually, if you have a family history of prostate issues, we actually start this much earlier.
Okay.
But if there's no family history from 40 going, you should actually have this done at least once every year.
Oh wow.
So the blood test and the digital rectal exam as part of your general wellness program.
Okay.
So it's very important. So the KY gel is to help ease the discomfort so that we can actually get the job done. And the process doesn't even last long. I mean, it's like what, 30 seconds, 1 minute.
Is the process. Just say patricotum. That thing say yeah, they are sasha, I know they're patricotum. And no any and is the process. Okay.
So basically, I mean, the examination bed is ready. You're going to
So how much naked do I have to naked myself?
Full naked.
Oh, I wasn't bargaining for that too. Okay, all
At
right.
least from the bottom down.
Okay, all right, okay. So, people, we're going to prep, and then you'll see exactly how the exam is done.
All right, so David, we are about to do the examination. So you're in the right position. So I'm just going to.
So this is what they call the fetal position. Why do they call it fetal position?
Well, this is actually left lateral position.
Left lateral.
Fetal position, your knee would be to
So,
the chest.
so should I pull it up?
No.
It's okay here.
This is okay. Would you
Okay.
Relax.
Okay.
At this point, your job is just to relax and enjoy the ride.
I should relax.
I'm going to just start with a quick inspection to make sure everything is. I mean, I don't have any surprises. I'll be waiting for me.
Okay.
So I'll take a peek.
Okay.
All right. All clear. And then.
Wait. What are you looking for?
Well, okay. So I'm looking for any signs of any scars.
Okay.
Any current injuries.
Okay.
Any hemorrhoids.
Okay.
Or skin tags.
Okay.
Or fissures.
Okay.
Fissures. Among other things.
Mm.
So anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Because I don't want to do an examination if there's an open sore.
Okay.
I might end up complicating the sore. In my quest to examine the prostate. So we don't want to complicate whatever is existing.
Okay.
Currently.
Okay.
All right, but everything is fine.
Okay.
So,
thank God.
So now I'm going to lubricate my finger
Hey.
to ease
Hey.
the discomfort
Hey.
I explained earlier.
Fingers are being lubricated.
Yes.
Yo.
Okay, so here we go.
Ish.
As I said, it's just a simple, straightforward.
Okay.
Okay. So now to get the prostate, I need to turn my finger around.
Okay.
I'm sure you can feel what I'm doing.
I can feel.
And
Hey.
yes. So
I can't believe this is happening to me.
okay.
Oh Lord.
And we're done. That's it.
I don't know how to feel about this. Somebody just stuck his finger up my bum. Anyway. There are worse things in life, Yeah.
Much worse things. If I've been a female doctor.
Yeah, but that one is, everybody's looking for that. Look, when I was telling some people in the office about doing this, people were like, if it's a female doctor, I'll go and do it. Why not?
But we can arrange for that,
You can?
After all, most gynecologists are males, so I mean, we can arrange for female.
Urologist. Is it a urologist or?
It's a urologist.
Okay, I see. Interesting. All right, so do I have the all clear, or we'll talk about that later when I dress up?
Exactly, you have to dress up first.
Okay.
So let's get.
So the exam has been done. You saw it yourself. I don't know exactly how to feel about it, but we're going to find out the verdict. What's the verdict? That's really what I want to know.
Well, I mean, the verdict is very simple. Your prostate is healthy.
Oh, good.
I didn't actually notice any significant enlargement. And I say significant because as a man, as you're growing older, your prostate will naturally get bigger.
Okay.
But there's a limit within which it's acceptable. And you're okay.
Oh, wow.
So
PSA is good?
Exactly. I was just going to mention PSA was good.
Okay.
And examination is also good. So you're good.
I'm in the clear. That's good. Well, I think that we need to, I don't even know how we're going to do this, but men need to go and get checked.
There's this macho thing about men, not complaining, men not showing weakness, and one of the things that I guess has been ascribed to weakness is when you ask for help or when you seek help.
Yeah.
And coming to hospital, especially when you are not sick, people see it as being weak. So a lot of men actually do not do that, which is why if you check the life expectancy chart in Ghana, men die at a much earlier age than women do. By 55 at last check, the life expectancy for a male in Ghana is 55.
Wow.
Short of all the issues you have in our health services and all the other economic issues which all affect your health. Why is it that women are dying at 65?
Okay.
Which is the expectancy for men is 65.
Wow, 10 years older.
Yes, 10 years difference. You see, and I think one of the factors is because men do not take care of their health. You know, when men meet to discuss, they discuss every other thing
apart from
but
health. Yeah.
You know, so I think we need to bring health into the discussion because it is important. You see, you can change your shirt several times a day. You can drive multiple cars. You can even own different houses.
Yeah.
But you only have one body. You know, so we really need to take care of this body so that we can then enjoy the things we are acquiring. It's very, very important.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dr. Kelvin, I need to say a big thank you to you. Doing the exam is not necessarily, it's not painful. It's a little uncomfortable, but it's not painful. But I think that the biggest hurdle is overcoming that feeling of, I don't need help, I'm not sick.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the biggest hurdle. Not even with the discomfort of it, or whether a man is probing my bum, or, you know, whether it's a woman, you know, those things are not, you overcoming. And I think it's a toxic masculinity thing where men feel that I'm strong, I'm well, I'm good, so that's it. But there's a reason why we have silent killers. There's a reason why we call them silent killers. They don't tell you, they creep up on you, you know, and before you realize you're in trouble. Well, I hope you've learned something and enjoyed this. Right from here, this has been Clarion Health International in Dr. Kelvin Owusu's consulting room. So men really need to go and get checked. Yeah, it's very important. And this is it. And this has been at the Clarion Health Medical Center, right here in the heart of Airport Residential Area. It's been a very interesting experience. I think that all men out there, you need to go and get yourself checked. Well, I want to say a big thank you to Dr. Kelvin Owusu for this.
Okay, quickly, I only have one question. How did it feel?
How did it feel? Okay, so to be fair, this is not my first prostate exam.
Okay.
I first had a prostate exam in 2013.
I see.
So that was my first exam.
Good for
when I
you.
turned 40.
Okay.
I did my first prostate exam. So this is not the first.
How was this one?
This one, I sort of knew what to expect.
Because I mean, watching the footage.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about like a superficial entry here.
No,
like,
no.
We're going deep diving.
No,
like we're looking.
No, but
for
that's
something.
how it's done.
This is
You gotta go deep.
Deep diving.
This is a deep dive
No, the
search.
first time I had a prostate exam, I felt
Violated.
I felt invaded. You know, this one is like I knew what to expect, so
But, I mean,
it was different.
All jokes aside, though,
Yeah.
it's a necessary.
No, it is.
It's a necessary
it is,
procedure
yeah.
and examination.
No, if you like, don't do.
Yeah.
No, if you like, don't
I mean,
do.
but I think to be honest,
A day
kudos
will
to
come
you.
when the doctors will.
Yes.
This is actually great what you did. I think if there's a man out there watching this and he sees you went through it, you got up fine. I mean, nothing happened. You didn't transform you into anything. It's necessary. Go and do it. Kweku David led by example and showed all of us what it was like. And you were very calm. You know, you didn't even flinch. And of course, Doc, you were very professional as well. So, I mean, once you're a qualified professional.
Now people know that I'm actually a doctor, you know,
You
because
see?
people have been wondering.
Every day you come and sit here, we know that, are you a doctor or not?
Now they know that
I
it's
mean,
true.
no, but that was.
But you
again,
see,
very
better to
educational.
do it on your own terms. I mean, you come into the consulting room, it's just you and the doctor, we get it done and you walk away, than to have the same thing done in the emergency room where there are more eyes. I mean, imagine going through this with what other patients, because this is the emergency room, there's activity
There's a lot of
everywhere, there are
patients,
people
a lot
lying
of
around.
Sometimes this has to be done.
Yes. I mean, it has to be done. I mean, I need to make a diagnosis, so somebody has to.
So if you come crawling on all fours in pain, we'll by all means do the same invasive
Do you
thing.
understand?
But now
So-
everybody's going to be around.
And
you
now
don't
it's
have a
like you
choice.
said, it's not your choice.
Yeah.
It's like you have to do it.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right. Voluntarily go privacy of your doctor's office.
Yes.
And it's quick.
It
is quick.
It is.
It's quick.
I mean, this was actually a bit drawn out because we were trying to educate as well. It's actually, I mean, 5 minutes and you're out.
or
It's
less,
really not that. It doesn't take that long.
Okay.
You know, but we do gather a lot of information. I mean, you see, the part of the prostate that is close to the rectum is interesting. The part where most prostate cancer would develop. So this is why the digital examination is very important, because
Okay.
when I put my finger in there, I need to be able to check the edges, the surface, make sure everything is going as it's supposed to be. There are no areas of bumps or hardness or anything.
Everything
that
is smooth.
Exactly. So it's very, very
in
important.
good shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're smooth and in good
Thank you.
shape.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm glad to know.
Dr. Kelvin, thank you so much.
How do people
Always-
get in touch
yes.
with you, Dr. Kelvin?
Well, I'm on social media, Kelvin Owusu MD, and my clinic as well, Claron Health International. So any of those channels will get you the information you need.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Well, we'll be spending time with Dr. Kelvin. We're going to come back after a short break. Don't go anywhere.